We wanted to bring something like the perfect balance between chaos and purity, and while we were talking, it wasn't very easy to define because it's really something that you're feeling, and chaos and purity ain't living without each other. There's a constant battle inside. It's human nature. So Ben just came here and just like started like different pedal effects, and so we were going out just to listen to the sound of it all, and then we realized that it was like the perfect tone. So we came back here just to have like that very beautiful guitar line on top of it, very dreamy, and then you've got like the noise that is just doing like some kind of a rumble beneath everything. So that was a very strong feeling of not only like a battle. They're not fighting each other, but it's like they're living together in a way, you know. So it's funny because art creation, it's not something that you can really define without, you know, I guess spoiling the nature of it all. So it's just something that you're able to feel. So that's exactly, we wanted to capture a moment rather than, you know, just trying to create something that was cool and edgy. So that's why we were all together trying to smash like destroy a very nice guitar. So I guess that's the nature of this part.
It's always intense when you just want to get like when you want to go very deep, like creating music and just trying to reach something that is true. And especially for the song we played live, like, just want you to know, this song means so much to me and so much to us that I think it's just the way it is. You can't play that song and just being like on automatic pilot.
It really came out, like everybody was at his place and everybody was really feeling his part. To me, that's the achievement that we've been able to do through that song, and I'm certainly looking forward for more.
I could see and I could feel in myself that we were truly in the moment.
A lot of people are now relying on that song for the same reasons that I'm telling you right now, because that's the power of music, you know. That's because we're now touching things in people's life, in my personal life, that now we can break walls.
Just to live the moment for me is what I think that's what it is. You know, and every time I'm going on stage, or every time we're rehearsing or crafting a song, if it's not worth dying for, I mean, you know, what do you really need? Why are you doing that? You know, what for? I think that it's wonderful to be able to express yourself and to be able to communicate your passion and what's driving you. For me, that's what it is. That's the life I'm living. That's, you know, and it's a crazy ride.
I just want you to know, I think for me, it was this scream, you know, for that freedom.
It's like if that song really gets everything that we've been talking about, that we've been digging for so long, you know, and it really gathered us at a certain level. And when we were just crafting the song, it was so intense, you know, on the lyrics matter, on everything.
And me and Alex, the fact that we're very, very, very together when we're writing songs, just in exchanging, and we don't argue about chords, about stuff, about like chord progression or whatever. No, it's really about the meaning. And just want you to know that song is, it's like, for me, it's like a statement.
As I was talking with Ben after writing, after I finished the first draft, it was really the first time for me to experience that. But I was just looking at Ben and I turned to him. I said, "You know what, dude? I'm just so happy that we survived all those years, and we went through all that bullshit, and we decided to stay together." And I was like, if it was only to write those lyrics, you know, it was freaking worth it. When I'm writing, it's something that needs to be ripped off my soul and my heart, and there's something that needs to be transformed in words. And words are very important because you can give life and you can give death over a single word. When you're able to actually touch the music through the lyrics, it's a wonderful sensation, because then the song is yours, and it's creating the soundtrack of your life. You know, it's a little bit cliche, but it's true. You know, I can listen to some songs over the years, and suddenly it's like living words.
How can you play music and pretend to have something to say if you're not living it? We just want to spread that hope and that glimpse that we're alive and everything is possible.
It's a personal song, but I think that there is a community aspect to it, which is very, very important, especially in the bridge section. You know, it's really I don't know. It's not a confession, but I think it's more like to let go, but in a very positive way. And yeah, so this is very difficult for us to just to rehearse without giving everything you've got. And so yeah, so we've been rehearsing for quite a bit, but I'm very tired.
As people know me, I'm really intense, but when Alex is in studio, dude, it's even more intense. I think it's good because it's always, if I talk for myself, it always keeps me on the edge, always in this feeling of emergency, because you have to be conscious and live every moment and be able to feel the vibe and translate it, you know, in your instrument, in what you're living.
With Alex in the studio, it's really intense because he's our voice. He's the front man. He's the leader of the band and the one crafting the lyrics, and he's like grasping everything that surrounds us and that surrounds the band, and really through who he is with his intensity, because you know, you've seen him live, you've seen him in interviews. He's just who he is, and it drives us.
It's not because he's violent, it's because it's all about passion.
Music needs to be alive, and life creates life. That's what Alex said, and if I want to be alive, I want to give birth to more life. And that's what we're doing all together.
Can you explain to me what's the process you've been through when you wrote the lyrics about I Just Want You to Know?
For me, I'm writing a lot about, you know, through images. And because for me, I like to describe, and I like to to give life. And sometimes when you've got like something that it's only it's like two dimensions, but when you're able to give life and to breathe life into them, so then it's alive. So we were crafting the song and we were talking about it, and I was in the studio and we were talking about the meaning of the song and about how important that song was becoming for us. And so then it became some kind of a challenge in many ways, because I didn't want to take that strong sensation and turn it into something that was like just another song. Because when you're writing, that's the danger of it. You know, it could be just another song. And for me, every song means something, and it's like an imprint in time, and it will survive yourself. So we were talking about that. We were talking about the impact, you know, on us, and how we always were able to envision us like on stage and to perform that song and to connect with the people. Just that thin line between us and the people is very important for us at every single level of the creation. And so we were talking about that, and so I had like different images and different ideas, but then after that it's difficult because you need to turn them into reality. You need to breathe life in them, so it's not only, you know, words and letters. So I went in my room. I was just trying to, I was trying very hard. Sometimes it doesn't come out, you know, it's never been easy for me to write, because I will doubt myself, or just like, okay, is there a better way to talk about this, or, you know, what could be like a better word, you know. So I was in my room. It was very difficult. I spent an all-nighter, and then suddenly I just let go. I just like, oh, you know, whatever. What's that feeling that I was talking about in the studio when we wrote the song, and we did talk about the meaning. And so in an instant everything went, you know, it was just like if I had like a huge barrier trying to keep me from being real in the lyrics and to keep some distance, but I had to be part of it, part of the process. It needed to be it needed to be me, and to be closer to the actions than just being a witness. And it could be pretty freaky, because when you're becoming the action, you know, you want to keep you don't want to expose yourself like that. So I went there, and from a song that was about, you know, depression and anxiety and a troubled time, I guess it turned into something that was very bright. And it was shining. And so that's why when I'm saying that, you know, words could be, you know, life or death, because it could have been about a very difficult season in my life, or a very difficult season for people that I love, or other people that I'm witnessing. But then suddenly it became something that was way bigger than myself, way bigger than what we were feeling here, and way bigger than just what we were crafting. So, and that's why we wanted to perform that song, and we wanted to offer that song as soon as possible to the people, because it wasn't ours anymore. I think that there is no any other way for me than passion, and to go all the way. That's the life I'm living, and that's the life that's who I am. When it's real, And when reality becomes the truth for you, you know, for a brief moment, then it will be for the rest of your life.
same, all